Hello folks on YouTube, and welcome to another episode of my Civilization 4 Let's Play. This is Northstar. Hope you're well, taking care of each other, and being kind to yourselves. For those new to my channel, welcome. For those returning, welcome back. New folks, I'm disabled following COVID. I don't always think the most quickly. I don't always react to things the most quickly. I can get sidetracked. I apologize for all of that. This is part of something I have to live with, something that I have to constantly deal with, sometimes aggressive ignorance of people about, where they refuse to, say, read the articles. There have been many news articles about this disease put out, and yet the readership of all of them is low, because people don't want to remember anything to do with the pandemic. They prefer to pretend it didn't happen. But when you don't remember the past, you don't learn from it. When you don't remember the past, you don't know where you really are in the present. I think that's part of the message of this game, if you really engage with it and take it seriously. Sure, the history, especially the way players diverge from real history, is not accurate in this game, but it forces people to grapple with questions that did exist in history, to at least maybe be intrigued to learn more about subjects. It's not perfect. It's not even very accurate, but it is better than sticking your head in the sand. Oh, I do not like this song. And, stick your head in the sand, many people do. Not to mention incredible ignorance. For instance, here's a text from from my landlord who claims to be a doctor, though foreign medical graduate for sure. I knew that, and now I'm starting to doubt the quality of his medical education. I, by the way, have a master's in biology, studied viruses. I know what the hell I'm talking about. This guy, clearly fucking clueless. I worry for his patients, and I worry if he's just pretending to be a physician to renters, and he's doing something entirely different. For COVID vaccine, I don't think it's a big deal, because one, during pandemic of COVID, probably everyone had infected with COVID virus a certain way. It's called natural vaccine. No, it's not called natural vaccine. That's not a term we use in epidemiology. That's not a term that's accepted in the scientific establishment. That's the kind of thing the anti-vaxxers run around saying. It's not a real word, not in this case. And everyone wasn't exposed to COVID. A lot of people are still immunologically naive because they quarantined and managed to avoid the virus. And what's more, the immunity against COVID fades over time. It does. I got infected with COVID 4 times. I know Uber drivers get infected 10 times. You can get infected like 9-10 months after infection. You can get infected all over again. The immunity goes away. It's not the whole virus. I studied a virus that did the same thing. It was a minor in proportions. It was a zoonotic virus. They could infect humans, but mostly all we did is few specific ethnic communities. Wasn't airborne or anything, so it was considered a low pandemic risk. But it could infect people dozens of times in their lives. Immunity, I think, only lasts about a year, which is a little longer than for COVID. 2, now COVID is just treated as flu. Actually, it's become as flu virus. No, it hasn't. Eventually will come and go every year. It's become endemic. Yes, but it's still giving people long COVID. It's still making people who have long COVID, which is expressing concern in my roommates being idiots or not getting vaccinated against the coronavirus, not getting their boosters, except they never got the first shot to begin with. They're placing my life in danger, and they are, because people who have long COVID, if they get reinfected, their long COVID gets worse and sets back any potential for recovery. But I deal with shit like this, deal with people on dating apps who don't know anything about long COVID, don't even recognize the words. I know what the hell I'm freaking talking about, but there's no market for educating people about this stuff. I mean, education in the US is very much commodified. It's limited to things that can get you specific jobs, that can do things for capital, honestly. It's hard to get, say, we don't fund public education. I mean, public health, public education either, adequately, so it's not like I could have a job doing speaking tours, telling people about the risks of coronavirus. No one's going to fund that. Give me a second. And that leaves me a little shaken. Sorry, I paused for a while to take a messages from someone on a dating app, I'm always reminded of the shittiness of, well, dating apps suck, but really, American culture sucks. Someone who seemed nice enough, though people can pose and do successfully. But then I mentioned I have long COVID, and they're like, oh, I'm on track to be a CTO, youngest CTO in something, and I'm going to make all this money, and therefore I'm looking to date people who are going to help have a combined income of over 500K. People aren't numbers. And that's great that someone's not had the opportunities and the luck and the talents that they're able to accomplish great things. It's also, achievement isn't how many figures you make. I was trying to become a surgeon, a physician, when I got long COVID, but I was never chalking my worth up to how big of a salary I could get. I wasn't going to become a plastic surgeon, which is the really high-paying field of surgery that you go into generally when you want to make a lot of money. I was going to try and save lives. But beyond that, things happen. A girl could marry a guy who's making big money, and then he could get long COVID the next year because long COVID can strike any of us. What she can do? Divorce him. Actually, if she's as superficial as I suspect might be the case, it might not, and I hope not, but she just might do that. Actually, too many people would, and it's not really the people, it's the culture we live in the US. It encourages greed and depravity, honestly. Boiling people only to down only to how many figures they make, and that's their worth as human beings. It's despicable what American culture, what capitalism is doing to us. It's a system that must end, absolutely, before it destroys the planet, before it destroys any more of our collective souls as human beings. Socialism is the answer. It's not an easy one to say, especially, Soviet Union failed, though it didn't fail because it had to fail. It failed because its own people lost faith in it, and there was too much capitalist propaganda. It was a state that never had a prayer, capitalist or socialist, of competing with the United States, not with the allies the U.S. had. You take any set of political economic systems, you reverse it, U.S. being socialist, Soviet Union being capitalist, U.S. would have still won. The U.S. had too many allies. It was too powerful. That was an inevitable outcome. And yet, or almost inevitable, because nothing is completely inevitable, and yet the Soviet Union almost succeeded. They almost endured. If they had into the internet age and put the internet to good use to strengthen socialism, it's very likely that they would be on course to win the Cold War now. It's actually amazing that they came as close as they did to winning, since the odds were so strongly against them. And not because they were socialist. Well, maybe I'll find some, Che Guevara wearing young woman who understands Che Guevara shirt. The shirt doesn't make you, but, find some socialist who understands how our system is fought. Probably not. Probably our system is going to continue collapsing into fascism in the U.S., and people are going to continue being incredibly superficial and selfish, and then, oh my gosh, the world hates us and turned against us. I wonder why. It's because they're bad. No, it's because we insisted on sticking with a despicable system. I'm going to shift some units around. Just stop barbarians from spawning, I think, entirely. Or at least take a more aggressive deposition of forces here. And let's get the wheel.
Push your shoulder to the wheel.
Yep. This is a Salpian. It's probably a lesson on hard work, which I'm doing now with my YouTube channel. Pushing myself as hard as my long COVID enables to grow this, to get it to where it earns money. I think I can stop barbarians from spawning entirely. Need a unit here, because otherwise I won't line of sight there. There's a slight risk while I'm advancing, but there's only a couple tiles I can't see. Now it's just this one. Let's see. Don't want the jungle spreading. Just gonna stop spawns of barbarians for a bit. Although I won't be able to keep that sustainably when I have to sell a new city, but shoot. Actually, I haven't really done much except and I love this song. I'm actually starting a workboat here for scouting along this coastline. If the warrior's not that necessary, then, well, it's not that necessary, right? If I get here, I can stop all spawns. Just move in on that and force. That's the smart move. 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Here, the unit comes, I can attack it. Force. Okay. Oh, shouldn't they be doing this? Why are they? Okay, I'm gonna have to manually because the game is trying to force it to do hammers.
Push your shoulder to the wheel.
Cool. Now I can build roads, chariots with horses. Don't see any horses. Guess they're not on my island, but it was worth seeing if they would spawn. Or no, that was animal husbandry it would have revealed anyways. What am I saying? Oh, pottery. Cottages. And I guess writing? Or... yeah, metal casting will be a bit later. Probably writing. If I encounter a civic tech grade. And then metal casting is forges in the Colossus. Okay, there's nothing left. No barbarians. Do need to have a unit here. Keep an eye on that tile. Can actually do this with fewer units, can I? Boom. Boom. Head south. Probably get a unit back to Corinth again. Fishing boats. Now I shouldn't have problems with food commerce. Boom. This is an exploratory fishing boat, and the warrior will be finished eventually. A workboat for this, workboat for this, workboat to explore. As the Greeks, exploring quite avidly. It's probably appropriate thematically or something. I don't know. Here I can stop a jungle from growing the copper. That's good. Where would I want the scout? 1, 2, 3. I guess. One second, can I replace this with... Oh. I have an idea. Boom. Keep an eye out over the water instead of... So a scout and 4 warriors will reveal all the fog of war. I can't go to the water that way. Well, shoot, I have to be on this hill, I guess. Boom. Suppose I'll send the experienced warrior to my capital. Right. Who's working that tile? Oh, well. It's going for Sparta. Probably chop this and build a cottage. Maybe more important than mine, actually. Right. Boom. I'm just gonna get justification. Hold on, I keep getting repeat messages. This person left him a few longish voice messages, and they're like voice memos, not actual, like, you know, didn't call them. And I'm just gonna get all this justification about how a human being is not a human being unless they make at least $100,000, or maybe not. But I would bet 1,000,000 to 1 this person is not gonna end knowing American culture. It's not really their fault. I mean, it sort of is, but when you live in the U.S., I can understand that people can think like that. Boom, boom. I can do that. Doesn't matter if it's food or hammers are produced after all. And this will chop into this cellar because it's closer to complete. Yeah, the cellar here can get this city and this one quicker. Since really it's mostly Phillian stuff. Or come on this path. Probably, yeah, I need the copper mine and this continent first, but we're protecting the worker temporarily and then go into Athens. Cool. No barb spawning to worry about. Heck. Could have seen that was possible. What made it all fog of war a while ago. Alright, now I can leave another unit outside my borders if I wished. Oh, no, I meant to move in the city. Also increases my approval rating when cities aren't unprotected. Yeah, I can't put a unit here to reveal more of the coast. Need this to reveal out to here, I think. Could put this here on the flatlands, but copper is more important. Alrighty then. Let's try and forget about people's, honestly, the sociopathic nature of American culture and capitalism. People are always vibe. Not everyone thinks this way, but fewer and fewer people do go against the mainstream. In fact, I'd say it's no longer a majority. is perhaps what might be considered the moral decay that comes to capitalism. Oh shoot, did it? Yeah, it automatically reduced my culture rate there. I suppose it could have gotten an event or research breakthrough or something. Forget if you get... I think you get 1 science turn, so I should have done this earlier. Right, 258. Yep. Wow. So I screwed up a little. I should have reduced the science rate a little before. To get that free 1 science turn, that was silly of me. I was distracted. Well, not worth going back. I'll save in case I make other mistakes. At the time, 21 minutes. Eesh, I haven't done enough. Got too distracted. Let's see. Overlook this and have it save. 6 hammer warrior. That's telling me what's the partial progress in that, so I'll know if I accidentally neglected this and queue too long. I will want that eventually, probably for just not having unhappy pops from undefended cities. Anyways, the main isles are secure, so it's mostly a matter of economic development and exploration beyond my island now. Also, building up some some gold is useful for if I get events that cost money. Should have not ran 100% science quite so long. Boom. That said, I don't want to grab pottery. Quick. Writing, because I might need to do tech trading. Wow, metal casting is very expensive. I might not be able to get it, actually, realistically soon. Oh, pottery and then writing. Writing is an important early tech. I might not grab any wonders. The costs would be really nice, but it's hard to produce enough commerce for it. Let's look. Oh, yeah, that's probably what I need to do with the third up there. Is just work the coastal tile. City will grow to size 4 and not any further. Corinth. This will be unhealthiness. Argos should be able to grow for a while. Just double checking I couldn't get more commerce from something. Not really. So I'm doing pottery so I can go right into a cottage there. But that'll have to take place next video because it's time to cut this video. I wish you all the best. Take care of each other. Viewers, be kind to yourselves. May you always find a guiding star to lead on. Adieu, and best luck to you all.